I've just been playing Theme for Constanze, the score of which you can find in Pianist magazine issue 68. I wrote this little piece as a tribute to Mozart's wife, Constanze. I wanted it to be reminiscent of a middle movement of a typical Mozart piano concerto, but with a slightly modern twist to the harmony and melodic treatment. Now, structurally, the piece is very simple. It consists of two distinct melodies, both repeated, and has a final concluding section. When each of these melodies are repeated an octave higher, there should be a feeling of an increased intensity. The second of the melodies, starting at bar 17, has the added challenge of this counter theme, played also in the right hand. We'll have a closer look at how to tackle this in a moment. Also, when playing the second melody, be aware that on both occasions there is a climax to the theme. For example, if I play from bar 19, so always be conscious of this and hold back the intensity until this point. Naturally, it would be best if the second playthrough of this melody has more intensity than the first. One of the ways of doing this is by using a little more ritardando, or slowing down on the second time. If I play from bar 27, now, the first 8 bars in the left hand feature a typically arpeggiated accompaniment. It should be played very smoothly with a little emphasis on those root notes. You can do this by holding them down for a slightly longer length. For example, from bar 3. I also like to use a technique called finger peddling, where in fact all the notes are held down longer than their written value. This is a really useful technique for creating a richer sounding chordal accompaniment, but not relying too much on the sustain pedal. For example, if I play this section without pedal, but with exactly the quaver length notes required, it sounds like this. If I do it from bar 5, now, if I play again, but using a finger pedal technique, still without the pedal, it sounds like this. Hopefully, you can see and hear the difference. If I play this again, but even slower, it becomes more obvious. Now, why use such a technique when the sustain pedal would achieve something similar? Well, this is where we also have to consider the right-hand melody. Bar 2, for example, has 2 semiquavers played a semitone apart. But there is a danger that too much pedaling would make these notes muddy. This finger technique helps us compensate for that by using less sustain pedal. Now, the next section from bar 9 forces us to be more reliant on the pedal. However, seeing as the left-hand accompaniment covers a wider range and therefore requires us to let go of certain notes, Those same semiquaver melody notes may require you to lift the sustain pedal at that point for the sake of clarity. At the very least, just be aware of the dangers. From bar 17, the left hand can again hold down the root notes, but from bar 25 we're faced again with the same challenge as before, where a wider range accompaniment means letting go of certain notes. Now for the final section from bar 33, it might be wise to treat the left hand almost as a melody in its own right. So aim to achieve more clarity, which means using far less sustain pedal than before.